Hello and welcome to What the F Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Wednesday, February 24th, 2021. Welcome to day 36. House Democrats plan to pass the $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief bill by Friday, setting up the Senate to approve the bill with a simple majority and send it to Biden before March 14th, when several unemployment programs are set to expire. A ruling from the Senate parliamentarian is expected soon regarding whether Biden's proposed $15 an hour minimum wage increase would be allowable under the Senate budget reconciliation rules. Meanwhile, more than 150 American companies urged congressional leaders to pass immediate and large-scale federal legislation to address the health and economic crises brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic, saying that more must be done to put the country on a trajectory for a strong, durable recovery. Meanwhile, the FDA said Johnson & Johnson's coronavirus vaccine does meet the requirements for emergency use authorization in a document posted ahead of Friday's FDA advisors meeting, setting the stage for the third effective vaccine developed in under a year to be authorized in the U.S. FDA scientists found that the single-dose vaccine was 85% effective at preventing severe illness in clinical trials and 66% effective at preventing COVID-19 cases with any symptoms. The Biden administration also plans to make 25 million masks available for free to Americans at community health centers and food banks. The masks will be delivered by the Department of Health and Human Services in partnership with the Department of Defense, starting in March and continuing through May. Moving on, two Senate committees postponed Neera Tanden's confirmation hearing, Biden's pick to head the White House Office of Management and Budget. The Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee said the Senate Budget Committee was set to vote on Tanden's nomination on Wednesday ahead of a full Senate floor vote, but they postponed it because members are asking for more time to consider the nominee. Meanwhile, the Biden administration is expected to release a U.S. intelligence report that says Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman approved the 2018 killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Separately, documents filed as part of a Canadian civil lawsuit say two private jets that were used by the Saudi assassination squad that killed and dismembered Khashoggi were owned by a company that the Crown Prince had seized less than a year before. Biden reportedly plans to call Saudi Arabia's King Salman ahead of Thursday's release of the report, which would be Biden's first conversation as president with the Saudi king. And finally, the Washington, D.C. Attorney General's office deposed Trump Jr. related to a lawsuit alleging the misuse of Trump inaugural funds. The Attorney General's office alleges that the Trump Organization signed a contract for a block of rooms at the Lowe's Madison Hotel during the 2017 inauguration, but forwarded the invoice to the Presidential Inaugural Committee, which then paid the bill. And in the polls, the Pew Research Center says 61% of adults say the possibility that students will fall behind academically without in-person instruction should be given a lot of consideration as K-12 schools decide whether to reopen. In July 2020, 48% said students who are falling behind academically should be given a lot of consideration regarding whether to open for in-person instruction in the fall. And Gallup says 5.6% of U.S. adults now identify as LGBT, up from 4.5% since 2017. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.